Welcome back to Girly Chronicles!
Yeah. Alright. What is up, YouTube? I feel like I have to be quiet right now because I don't know, it's just me and Jocelyn's already asleep. It's almost 9:30 on Sunday night. Um excuse me. Hello. Oh my god, what is in my throat? Hello, girlies. I kind of want the vape. Hold on. This is what dreams are made of. Oh, oh, oh. Sing to me, Palo. Okay. Okay. Alright, for real. I'll start. Hello, girlies. Welcome back to the Girly Chronicles podcast. Thank you for joining me this week. As you can see, I'm all alone and I'm kind of nervous. Like, I don't really know what to do with myself. Like, I've never done a podcast by myself, and I don't know if I'm really good at just like sitting here and talking to a camera. So we'll see how today goes. I'm really channeling my Gabby Windy, as you can see with the sunnies. Um, I don't know, like, obviously I'm in my pajamas. Ugh, I keep bumping the mic. I'm in my pajamas. It's Sunday night, so I just wanted to feel comfy, cozy. But I don't know, I needed like some kind of glam, so I feel like that's where the sunglasses come in. Okay, anyways, so today I want to start by telling you guys about me doing mushrooms, magic mushrooms. Okay. So last night, Jocelyn and I took mushrooms. I don't know how much, but they were some big ass mushrooms. Okay, like the biggest shrooms I really ever seen. Because usually whenever I see them, they're like little skinny things, like little twigs almost. Okay, so backstory. Yeah, and this is Buttercup. She's probably gonna be everywhere. Crazy. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. So this is like my third, maybe fourth time. I don't really remember trying shrooms, but this is my first time ever like actually feeling the effects. Before, whenever I tried them, I never felt the effects. Like, I don't really know why. I don't know if it was the shrooms, I don't know if it was me, or like maybe the dosage. I don't know, but one time I did like just straight up eat like an eighth by myself, like literally just ate the mushrooms by themselves, just straight out of the bag. And they really weren't that bad. But anyways, okay, so last night we had some shrooms that Jocelyn's friend gave us. And so we were like, fuck it, like let's do them. It's Saturday night. We don't have anything to do tomorrow. So we did them. I chopped them up and put them in a PB&J and that I split in half and we each ate a half. And okay, so it really didn't even take that long to hit, honestly. Like we Google it and it said like 20 to 60 minutes or whatever, like a pretty big window, but they hit like, I want to say like maybe 20 minutes, like max. But you guys, okay, so I don't know if y'all know this, but shrooms, whenever you take them, like they can make you nauseous, like they upset your stomach sometimes. And I did get nauseous, like legit. I was like gagging, like I thought I was gonna throw up. And she got my hair. Buttercup, quit. Oh my god. I'm so scared of her. She's literally attacking my bun. Buttercup! Stop! Oh my god. Quit! Come here. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I knew this was going to be chaotic with her. Well, filming the pod because she likes to be active at night. Okay, where was I? So I took the drugs and the drugs were working. So yeah, they were hitting and I was feeling really nauseous, and for some reason it felt like my legs didn't work. Like I was really just trying to like stay calm. I was breathing. I was like, okay, like it's fine. You're fine. Just settle into it. Settle into your body. You're going to be okay. But yeah, I felt super sick. So then Jocelyn and I, we went outside. We just like walked around a little bit, and I was feeling so sick. I was like, oh my God, like I have to sit in the grass. And I told Jocelyn, I was like, I know this is gonna sound like I'm on shrooms right now, but I feel like I feel this way because like I'm connected to the earth, and the earth is telling me that she's mad at us, and so this is why I feel like shit. I don't know, that was my reasoning. But yeah, we were outside and there was just like this really loud, annoying car. I don't know, you know those like muscle cars or whatever that have like the loud mufflers? Yeah. I don't know, it was just like really annoying. I don't know. Okay, so I like started feeling effects. Like yeah, I was feeling sick, but like you know like whenever you take psychedelics, like you can tell it's hitting because like you can see like the colors shift and change, you know. So I was like seeing like some color changes, and I was like looking at the grass and the ground, and I could like see like patterns, you know, like geometric patterns. No, honestly, I really do feel like psychedelics like open your mind to see beyond the third dimension. um but so yeah, I was like fighting the nauseousness for a little while, like the first hour, I would say. And at one point I did start crying. I don't know, I just it hurt, and I just felt kind of like, I don't know, I guess I was just high. I don't know, you guys. But so I started like crying a little bit, and then I laid down. I was like, I just need to lay down and like be still. So I laid down for a little while and like just finally, I don't know, just like eased, the nauseousness went away. And then Jocelyn and I decided to watch some TV, so I put on the mushroom episode of Broad City. Shout out Broad City. So that was really cool because like they do like this whole like I guess montage or whatever, like scene, because they're like walking through New York outside, but like everything is like animated and it's like really cool or whatever, like really colorful, you know. Classic mushroom trip animation, I would say. So that kind of like put me in a good mood. And then we finished that episode, and we were kind of like going back and forth on like what movie we wanted to watch. She put on Cars 2. But Cars 2 made me want to watch Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. It's really good. It's the NASCAR movie with Will Ferrell. Jocelyn wasn't really vibing with it as much, so I only watched like barely half of it, and then I turned it off. But I really wanted to watch the movie Robots, and I don't know. Okay. So here's a little more like context. Okay. So we were on the shrooms, right? And Jocelyn was really giggly. Like she was just, everything was funny to her. And me, I don't know, I was just like kind of trying to vibe. And it was like just very mental, I would say. Like I just had a lot going on in my mind. But at the same time, like I feel like we both, for me especially, but I think maybe if she was here, she could attest to this, but um, we both like felt like very childish, I would say, honestly, because I was like, I want to color. And so we just had some like colors in the room, and I just grabbed like the notebook that was closest to me, and I just I opened the colors and I like dumped them all out on the bed. I felt like a little kid, honestly. I don't know, like just the whole time I just really like felt like a baby, honestly. And then we were trying to go to sleep, and I don't know, like just like sensually my senses, I felt like a baby. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. It just made me feel like a little kid, honestly. It was kind of fun. Okay, this was like the first time that I tripped on shrooms, and I was thinking, like, this is fun, but at the same time, it's not. I don't know, like, the nauseousness just really, I was like, oh my God, like, I can't handle this. It was just really bad in the beginning, but it got better. It got better after time went on. But I don't know, like, I guess I was just tired yesterday, and I don't know, like I'm just trying to think about it. Like it was fun, but I like acid better. I've only done acid one time, and like I said, that was the first time that I actually like felt the effects of the psilocybin. Um, but the one time I did acid, I had a really good time. I guess maybe because it's just like easier on you physically. Like obviously the mushrooms, I mean, you have to like eat it and digest it, and then the LSD is just like you put a little piece of paper on your tongue, so it's a lot like physically less stressful, I guess. But acid lasts way longer. Um, I don't know. Um, Maybe I would do mushrooms again. It's just really the nauseousness is what scares me. But okay, mentally, my journey was like I was trying to fight through the nauseousness and have a good time. I was trying to chill. I was like feeling irritated, but I didn't want to like ruin the trip or whatever. So, like I said, we came inside. I was like gagging, trying to throw up. Like I felt just so sick. And then I cried. I laid down, and then Jocelyn came in the room with me, and we started watching TV. But like mentally it was like pretty much what happens to you whenever you're on psychedelics. Like it's just like it's so like yeah, you do feel connected to the earth. You do feel like the oneness that is always present, but it just makes it more like it just makes you more aware of like how everything is connected, how we're all connected. um but yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Anyways, that was my shroom trip, I guess. Like not as crazy as I thought it was gonna be. A little anticlimactic, I would say. And the nauseousness, it scarred me. It scarred me. It really did. Like I can't get over that. I can't get over that. Like I'm really trying to think about like what my revelations were. But I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm pretty self-aware. Okay, so last night I did my shroom trip, and then today I went to the pool and I started reading my book A New Earth. This book right here. I mean, like I'm, halfway through it. Like I was just reading at the pool. And obviously it's like a spiritual book, and it talks about like the ego and how the ego affects us and how the ego attaches to emotions and how those emotions like create our reality. Excuse me. And I like this book because the author, he pulls from like Buddhism and the Bible, but like Jesus mostly a lot, and I like that. The only thing I will say that I don't like that this author does, I don't really like the way he frames communism. Um, it feels like, I don't know, it's kind of confusing. It's like he sees communism as like a negative or like a failed thing, but he doesn't really mention capitalism in the same way, which I think is strange. Um, but yeah, that's my only qualm. But other than that, I really like it. Um, like I said, he talks about like yeah, the way your ego attaches to like anger and negativity, and how we can get caught up in like the roles that we play, and the way that other people affect us, and ties it back to like I said, Buddha and Jesus, their teachings, right? Of like enlightenment. And really, the core of it is you have to be able to do your own inner work. You have to be able to go inside yourself. You have to be able to recognize and be aware of that anger, that resentment, those, quote, negative emotions. You have to be aware of like where it's coming from, why you think it might be bothering you, and like by being aware of those emotions and being aware of how you react to situations. Like he uses an example of like, a cloudy, rainy day. It could be, you could perceive it as dreadful, but that's just your perception of it, because really rain is just rain. Like, it just is, it's not inherently negative. Your perception of it is negative. So, that relates to like the broader world, how we all interact with each other, our structures. Don't drink my coffee. Our structures, and he has a line in there about um like intelligence is when like basically something about like intelligence is like whenever the ego is able to recognize those things and to be aware. And then cleverness is when the ego is really just moving in ways to be able to get what it wants at all times, regardless of who it may hurt. And that obviously is, he even says in the book, like, the example is like, this is usually how like businessmen and politicians move. And even before I read that line, obviously I thought of Trump and Elon. Like, they're clever because their ego moves in a way that they're going to do whatever it takes to squash everyone around them. Like, they really don't care. Their ego is not empathetic. They don't care. And people who look up to them, who follow them, who think that they're, good at their job or whatever, are in that same, like, sleepness in a way. In the Bible, it's like you're asleep to your sin versus, you wake up and you recognize your sin and you repent for it and you work on it. Like, it's the same idea. That's why I like this book, because I really feel like it like, I don't know, it connects all of the baseline of the religions of spirituality together, and it really lays it out in kind of like a plain language of just like, if you're going to hold on to anger, that's going to create your reality. That's going to create your physical reality. It's going to affect your body, your physical body. Like, holding on to that negativity stays inside of your body. So it just makes me think about like this is how I perceive the universe, how I perceive my spirituality, how I perceive my journey. But I do have to remember that like it's different for everyone. Everyone, perceives the universe different. They perceive Earth differently. But at the same time, I think bottom line, we all want the same things. We all want love. We all want to be loved. We all want inner peace. And he like talks about like finding that inner peace, like becoming peaceful to yourself is just simply being able to be aware and to like shift your mindset, because really your mindset makes your reality. Like, I guess it's kind of what I realized like on psychedelics, like how powerful the human brain is. Like, your brain creates your entire reality. I mean, we have this physical body, but this physical body is really just a way for our soul to move throughout the 3D plane. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just like rambling about my spiritual revelations. But I guess my advice to I'm a very anxious person. My advice to anyone who experiences anxiety, or depression or both, because I feel like I experienced both. I'm pretty sure I'm undiagnosed ADHD, so usually anxiety and depression comes with that. But yeah, I am an anxious person. I have been prescribed anxiety medicine. I don't take it. I'm just not really good at taking medicine. I don't know, you guys. Anyways, uh, where was I going with that? Oh, yeah, like I would say on a daily, like I have to um talk myself down from being anxious, from being overwhelmed because I'm 25. Like everything is freaking expensive, okay? First of all, like I'm 25. I live with my partner, and that helps because before, whenever I lived alone, it was hard to keep up financially. Now it's still hard, but it's like a little bit better just because everything is so expensive. Like we don't just spend money just to spend money. Like we buy what we need. Sorry. Sometimes we buy stuff that we want. I'm so sorry. But not a lot. Like anyways, yeah, financially, it's tough. We're all struggling. It's not just me. It's not just me and Jocelyn. Like, it's pretty much everyone I know, all of my peers. Like, we're all struggling. I guess it's just because we're young. Yeah, I know it's because of the economy. Like, obviously, it's bad and it's only gonna get worse. Thank you, Trump. Uh, I really am trying not to be scared for the economic of it all. But y'all, I don't know. When it comes to the economy, I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous about what this man is doing. Like, I know that he's doing a lot, but anyways, anxiety. Okay, so I guess what I'm trying to say about anxiety is it's a mindset. Like, every day I have to talk myself down from being anxious. Every day I have to, like, go through the list, the mantra, or whatever you want to call it, of like, I'm okay. I have everything I need. I have a roof over my head. I have a bed to sleep in at night. Um, I'm able to do this, like, but always it's like, what's next? I want more, you know? And I think that's just part of being young, honestly. Like, I feel like I'm not moving fast enough. Um, I feel like I'm not, I guess, hitting enough milestones. I don't know. Like post grad life is, I guess, like being an adult, like just being a regular adult outside of school. It is an adjustment. Like, I, yeah, I don't like the 9 to 5. I don't like the 40-hour work week. Like, I really struggle with that. But I've always struggled with that. Like, that this is nothing new. I mean, even whenever I was a kid and I had to wake up every day for school, I dreaded it. I always had a pit of anxiety in my stomach. But of course, as a kid, you don't know what that is. So now I'm really just trying to shift my mind and just remind myself that, like, I'm on the path. Like, I know I'm on the right path. I know I am. And every day I just have to continue to live my life moment by moment, stay present. Presence, that's what the book talks about. Like, being present is so important because he says, like, a line about, like, life only happens in the present moment. Like, it doesn't happen anywhere else. I mean, yeah, the past and the future exist, but, like, obviously we can't, like, skip around time. We haven't perfected time travel yet. um, so yeah, life can only happen in the present moment. You can only be where your feet are, right? And that is something that I have to remind myself of because I do get overwhelmed of, like, what am I doing? I'm not doing enough. I'm never gonna like get to where I want to be, you know? So I'm really trying like to be calm. I'm trying not to panic. I'm trying to just, yeah, stay present. Tell myself that everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay. I can accomplish what I want to accomplish. I just have to do it step by step, day by day. Because I can only live one day at a time, one moment at a time. So that is something that I'm really learning right now. Um, yeah, because yeah, I'm doing this podcast, and you know, I think being Gen Z and being in the time of the internet when like everyone's on the internet and everyone has the ability to just like open their phone or whatever and talk into the camera. Um, like I don't know. I guess I was like, okay, I'm gonna start this podcast, and then of course I hope to have like 100,000 followers in day one, like duh. But obviously that's not gonna happen. So I'm really just trying to use this as an exercise to be creative, to be consistent, to I don't know, like I do this all by myself. Like, yeah, I have my co-host, but today I'm by myself. I edit everything by myself. I post by myself. And I'm not gonna lie, I have been kind of lazy these past couple of weeks. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't know, I'm just really bad at like wanting to do things, even things that I like. But I was listening to a podcast recently, Caleb Heron's podcast, and he had I think her name is Mary Beth Barone. She's in that new show Overcompensating. I don't know if y'all seen it, but you should watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. Overcompensating. It's really good. Oh, you guys, speaking of overcompensating, because it's gay, happy Pride Month. I forgot to say that at the top of the episode, but happy Pride Month. It's June 1st. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Overcompensating. Oh crap, I forgot what I was saying about overcompensating. No, that's not really what I wanted to talk about. But, my career, I don't know. Doing things. It's gay month. It's gay month. It's illegal to be straight right now, so. Crap, I forgot what I was saying. Ugh. I don't know, just about working day by day. Yeah, okay, anyways. But Jazz, I went and saw my friends last weekend. And Jazz was telling us that she heard of I think they're doing like some plays or something in Arlington. And she was saying that they're gonna have auditions soon, so she's gonna get headshots. So I was like, oh, like, let me come with you. Let me piggyback. So I think I'm gonna get some headshots done for free. I don't know who's doing them, but she said that they're gonna do them for free for us, so that's cool. That's really nice. So we're gonna get free headshots, and then hopefully I'll get to go audition for whatever play they're doing in Arlington. But yeah, I think that I do need to get involved in local theater. I don't know, I need to do something within acting because, yeah, I feel like I need to go. I feel like I need to work. I feel like I need to just start doing and really stop thinking. Because sometimes just want to, I think I spit. Sometimes you just want to like think everything through until it's like perfect in your mind. But you can't control reality. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know really where I was going with that, but yeah, I'm gonna try to get into the local scene. Oh, I guess I was just talking about like oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Building my internet brand. Like nobody knows who I am. I make little TikToks here and there. I'm not super consistent. I don't post every day. But I don't want to be a content creator. That's the thing. But at the same time, okay, like for example, overcompensating. I don't know if Benito Skinner, Benito Skinner, he's the one who wrote the show, and it's like based on his life or whatever. I'm gonna assume that maybe he like went to college or whatever for film, maybe, but I don't know why. Like I'm kind of like regretting or like freaking out about like not have gone to school for like film or acting or whatever. I mean, but I did talk about jazz. I did talk with Jazz about this, a couple weeks ago on here, kind of briefly, just about like I should have gone to school for it, but really everything happens for a reason, and I'm here now, right? Like I can't go back. I can't change it. So obviously I have to just continue with the path that I'm on. And if I believe it's the right path, then I can't, like have that regret or whatever. I just have to like keep moving, and I have to have faith that like I can still do it. I still like have that talent. But anyways, so Benito Skinner, who wrote Overcompensating, and he stars in it too, um, he like made TikToks and like kind of like got recognition or whatever on TikTok. I don't know his full journey, but he was a quote content creator, and I feel like a lot of people that I see, like a lot of people that I see on the podcast that I listen to, they do like create content on like TikTok or whatever, and then they end up like I guess they still are working towards like their main like acting goal. So I don't know, like I don't want to be a content creator. I don't want to be a content creator. I don't want to put my energy towards that. I feel like I'm just like, kind of like doing it just to like have fun. Yeah, have fun and release some creative energy or whatever. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Hold on, let me check and see how long this has been, even though I like got up and did a bunch of stuff. 32 minutes, not bad, but I don't know how long. I don't know how long it was recording, like of me just messing around because I went and got the vape. Why does it say 134? Okay, anyways, sorry. Okay. Uh um so anyways, I think I'm going to change topics to Texas. So this week, Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, he decided to ban THC. Weed is like THC is not completely legal in Texas. It never was, but like the Delta 8 type stuff was legal, like the low dosage THC or whatever, like the hemp stuff. Oh. Buzz. Buzz, what happened? Come here. Come here. That was funny. He fell. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so weed obviously was never like fully legalized, but we had like stuff that was pretty close, like Delta whatever and blah blah blah. Uh but Dan Patrick decided that THC is too dangerous and that kids were dying, even though car crashes are the number one reason for children dying. And not to mention like the school shootings where kids die. I mean, you don't need a permit to carry a gun in Texas. Um, and guns have killed a lot more children than THC has. So the logic there is non-existent, like completely non-existent, because car crashes, guns, alcohol, none of those things are banned or regulated in this state. Oh my god, please, you guys, chill. I don't want them to fight and like knock everything over. They're having a stare down. Stop. Buzz, leave her alone. Who thought this was a good idea? Okay. Anyways, yeah, Dan Patrick banning THC. I mean, I made like a little TikTok and I was just like, Texas banning THC before banning or regulating guns, assault rifles, is really embarrassing and stupid. You don't care about children. You don't care about children. Stop pretending that you do. You're really just, Buzz, chill. Like, it's just so obvious that, I don't know, alcohol companies lobbied him to do this. Like, I'm just so tired of Texas and Republicans just trying to always, like, be in control. I mean, like, you guys are the party that cries about big government, but then you go and do stuff like this. Like, this is not small government. You're controlling our private lives. Like, who cares if we do a little THC? Come on. Alcohol is way more dangerous. It's literally poison. And people get drunk and drive. I mean, yeah, people smoke and drive, but like, come on. Drunk driving is way more dangerous. I would say. Like, being drunk, I would say you lose your motor skills a lot more. So like physically, yeah, it's more dangerous. Anyways, yeah, fuck you, Dan Patrick. Oh, after I saw, like, I was just angry and I was just like, like, what the fuck can we do at this point? Like, just a small amount of white men are ruining our freaking lives. But I did, like, use the little contact option on Dan Patrick's website. And I don't know if they actually read those things, but I did leave a comment, first and last name and my email, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was a short message. Basically, I said, hold on, I got a burp, I think. Oh my god, so sorry. I said, I'm 25 years old, born and raised in Texas, and I do not agree with Lieutenant Patrick banning THC when alcohol is way more dangerous or something like that. I said something like that. And then I was like, I bet Dan Patrick has, a couple glasses of alcohol a week. I suggest he'd rather smoke a joint. That's all I said. And I sent it in. I didn't want to be too mean. I didn't want to send a death threat or anything. I don't want to be put on a watch list. So, I just suggested that he should smoke a joint rather than ban THC. Because he's lame. He's lame and he's boring and he's ugly. Anyways, I guess that's the end of my Dan Patrick rant. And I guess while we're on the topic of politicians, weekly Trump rant, or just comment about the current administration that is like tearing families apart and making us all poorer and, just setting panic and hate and fear into the public. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be scared. I want to be angry. Because I think that the anger will fuel us to activate, to be active, to be aware. And Caleb Heron had I think this week was the podcast. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Getting things mixed up in my brain. But okay, so this week's he had an activist who fights for immigrants. I forgot the name of his foundation, but he's based in New York. And he has a foundation where he helps fight for the legal rights of immigrants in our country. Especially now with all of the new executive orders that Trump has signed, basically for ICE to kidnap people who don't deserve it. Like, his whole campaign was about, oh, we're only going after criminals, but apparently simply being in the country as an immigrant, really regardless of your status, is a criminal act if you're not white, because he is accepting, air quotes, white refugees from South Africa. Air quotes. Big time air quotes, because, girl, those white people in South Africa are not in danger. They're not being persecuted. He's just racist. But yeah, I don't want to be scared of you, Mr. Trump. I want to be angry. Oh, also, him and Elon broke up, and Elon is not looking too good. He's doing a lot of drugs, and once again, I hope his cocktail kills him. But at the same time, unfortunately, assholes live a long time, so we shall see. Yeah. Those idiots. Those idiots who have made it all the way to the top. If they can do it, I can do it. Well, I don't have a billionaire daddy, but anyways. Okay. I didn't put a lot on my list for this week, and I'm alone, so this episode probably won't be too long. But I wanted to talk to you about a little conspiracy theory that I've put together. Okay, so again, I don't know. Like, I watch other podcasts and things come to me, like perspectives and whatever. I like listening to other people talk, I guess. But once again, it was a Caleb Heron podcast. And I don't remember who the guest was. Like, I don't remember her name. But she was just talking about how, like, she does, I guess she has, like, health issues. And, so she, like, tries a lot of, like, alternatives, to, like, Western medicine, basically. And she was talking about how raw milk is actually good for you. And, but the thing is that, like, a lot of the, like, health alternatives that she tries or whatever, like, like, the raw milk thing, like, for some reason, like, okay, she is not, like, a far right, like, conspiracy theorist type person, like, but the raw milk thing, like, a lot of people on that side of the spectrum also, like, believe that raw milk is good for you, and they recognize that, like, I guess the thing of, like, our food and our medicine is not really good for you, and there's, like, a lot of chemicals in it that really we're not supposed to have. And, like, that's, like, a kind of a conspiracy in itself of, like, our government and our systems are, like, killing us or, like, keeping us sick, for profit, obviously. Which really isn't that far-fetched of a conspiracy. Like, it's probably more reality. Reality! And I think we see that with the opioid crisis, like pushing opioids, painkillers, addictive painkillers onto people, and then cutting them off, and then they have to go search for meth or heroin or ketamine or whatever. But I just, like, made the connection of, like, raw milk, like, brings us all together. Like, it brings the far right conspiracy theorist together with, like, I guess, what did I say? It brings, like, the far right and the far left together. Like, it brings all of the extremes together in a way. And I'm kind of, like, losing my theory here as I'm trying to, like, piece it together, but I swear I had it. But it's just, like, yeah, I guess that thing of, like, we have more in common than we think we do, really. Like, right now with this presidency, it looks like we're closer to a civil war rather than a revolution, meaning within the proletariat, we're very divided on ideologies, political ideologies, um, rather than recognizing that we, the bourgeoisie, really, not the bourgeoisie, sorry, the proletariat, we're all, like, regardless of our ideologies, we're really all the same and we're really all at the bottom, right? And the bourgeoisie is above us, right? The one percenters, the elite, the politicians, the businessmen, the billionaires. They are above us and they are pulling the strings for everything. They're the ones poisoning the food and poisoning the medicine and making sure that we don't have access to natural remedies and raw milk. Like, I don't really know. Like, I don't know. I guess I understand that, like, raw milk can be dangerous or, like, has bacteria in it, and then, like, when you pasteurize it like cleans it. I don't really know. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't really know how milk works. I don't even really like milk. But I guess just the idea of, like, really what I'm saying of, like, it's always us against them, and we're just always inner fighting. We're always finding ways to inner fight. There's always a scapegoat that they are pointing at for us to look at, right? Right now it's trans people and immigrants. Those are the scapegoats. Those are the things that we're supposed to be afraid of, rather than the billionaires who are actively taking away our rights, actively taking the money out of our pockets, really, if we're going to be honest. Taking the money out of our pockets, putting it into their own for whatever reason, because as if they don't have enough, right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, like, I guess and it goes back to the ego, right? It goes back to our ego. It goes back to ourself. It goes back to our own inner work, right? Like, whenever I see someone who supports Trump, it makes me angry and it makes me, like, scoff at them. Like, how could you? Like, are you dumb? But then they look at a liberal, a leftist, and they're like, are you dumb? For thinking that we should all have healthcare. I don't know. Like, I really can't understand being on that side. I really can't, other than, like, just true selfishness and lack of empathy, really and truly. I think that I am just someone who is naturally empathetic, and so that's just naturally my line of thinking. And I guess there are people who are not like that, so that's why they like Trump and think that immigrants are somehow ruining their lives, when really they have no effect on their lives, and if anything, they probably have a positive effect on their life. So yeah, I guess really what it all comes down to at the end of the day is me, myself, and I, right? Like, I can only control myself. We as individuals can only control ourselves and the way that we interact with people, the way that we react to people and situations. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess really the world feels overwhelming, honestly. Like, the negativity of the world feels overwhelming. Overwhelmingly, it feels like the earth is on fire, literally and figuratively. And it's just like, what do I do? What do I do? What do we do? And I think that as individuals, we have to better ourselves, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. If you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. Can I get an amen? But I mean, that's so real. Like, if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't be in the right mindset to create or to be an advocate or to volunteer or to, I don't know, do anything really. So, I guess, girlies, I'm encouraging you to continue to take care of yourself. Continue to self reflect, try to grow. Um, it's not always easy. It's easier said than done. You know, it really, in the moments where you're facing anger and adversity, those are the moments that you're being tested to really see if you are growing, if you are changing, if you are getting better, if you are able to be aware of those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions, and analyze them, right? Analyze where it's coming from, understand where it's coming from, and how to redirect it, I guess. 51 minutes. Wow, I did so good, you guys. I'm getting kind of tired. I don't know if you can hear the vocal fry. The vocal fry. Hi, you guys. I'm like so sleepy right now. Okay, sorry. I don't know. I just saw an interview with Miley Cyrus and she was talking about, I didn't know this, but she has like, sorry, I'm looking at Buzz. She has like, what are those, what's it called? Like nodules or something? Like whenever you get like things on your vocal cords from like singing or like talking or whatever. Or singing. I think a lot of singers get them. I don't know. I just, I just know it from, what's that movie? Pitch Perfect. And she's like, I have vocal nodules. And they're like, oh my god. Yeah, so anyways, it was an interview of Miley talking about hers and the way that they like they make her voice sound like how she sounds, like very unique, you know? Okay, Buzz, chill, chill. Stop bitching. Yeah, anyways. Shout out Miley Cyrus. I do love me some Miley Cyrus. She's like maybe my first celebrity crush. I don't know. But I do love her. I've always looked up to her. I don't know, just random Miley rant here at the end. Okay, girlies, thank you for joining me this week. I don't know how this episode went really. I just rambled all by myself. So let me know what you think. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Mwah. Don't forget to like and subscribe.